Kenneth Oaks, he's the man in this town. He's got a plan. Bright smile breaks the gray, leading hearts every single day. Wears his heart on his sleeve, got a spark you'd believe. Kenneth walks tall and proud, lifting spirits in the crowd. Oh, Kenneth Oaks, we sing your name, lighten up the world, never the same. Every step you take leaves a trace. Kenneth Oaks, our shining grace. In the night or in the sun, Kenneth's love for everyone.
Howdy, guys. How is everybody? I don't know how many people will join me, but anyway. Hey, Crystal. Happy New Year to you. And sweet 21 Princess. Happy New Year to you as well. I have let's see. Happy New Year. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to do so. The link is in the chat. I'm gonna pin it to the top. I'm gonna get on YouTube here on my side. And oh, hang on. Can everybody hear me and see me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Hey, Robert Rockwell on the Facebook side. And okay. So I just got I maybe been home about maybe about almost 10 minutes until almost 10 minutes to 10. I got home from church, so not too maybe about about 10 minutes to 10. But I've actually been doing salt water and warm salt water for my my voice comes and goes. I don't know what's brought it on, but anyway. Hey, Sherry, Happy New Year on the Facebook side. But anyway, I wanted to do a year, like a 2025 year review live. I will say I've had some rough roads. I will say that. In let's see, where can I start? In 2025, but anyway, Hey, Sharon. Hey, Robert. Robert Rockwell. Anyway, um, I see. 2025. It I see. I got sick back in April of 2025, and I had to wound up in the hospital from like uh, April, May, like April, May, and part of June. He's hanging in there, Sherry. He's had a couple of health issues himself. Hey, Sharon. I'm feeling pretty good. Other than this cough and my voice going in and out. But I've been gargling salt water and warm salt water. Yeah, I just did that. See, I had to do that in order to get this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to talk at all. Yeah. So, anyway, anyway, back in tw- um, back in April, I wound up in the hospital with I wound up getting sick on that Palm Sunday. And anyway, and then come to find out, I had like some health issues with my stomach, and then I had then they found a kink in the VP shunt valve, so I had to have that replaced back in April, and then of course I kept having headaches and everything else. Hey, Daniel, Happy New Year to you. And then let's see. And then in June, somewhere around between the time I had the shunt replacement and the full vision shunt replacement. For those of you who may not know what a shunt is, that is a device that drains the fluid off the brain. So a lot of people with cerebral palsy get it. Happy New Year, Tim Vaughn. I hope you don't have to work tonight, Tim Vaughn. I hope you don't have to go pick nobody up. By the way, Tim Vaughn is the one that he works for a funeral home in Kingsport, Tennessee. So in my hometown. So Uh, but anyway, uh, yeah, you're off until Saturday. Wow. You still working for the same one? You still working for Oak Hill Funeral Home? Are you working for a different one? Hey, Marjorie. But anyway, but anyway, I and then um I moved back between the time that I had the shunt replacement in June. I had the shunt revision done in April. It was April 23. Dr. David Perputnowitz did it. Most people call him Dr. P because nobody can't pronounce his name. But anyway, I'm not the only one that can pronounce his name. But anyway, between the time that I had the shunt revision in June, in April, and then wound up in June, every work part time every other weekend since you retired. Oh, okay. I understand. But anyway, I started having seizure activity. We still haven't figured that one out. And where I lost all my strength and everything. Hey, Happy New Year, Cass. But anyway, I lost my strength and everything, and I had to go to the greens for a while. But anyway, by the way, the greens is where my dad is at. It's called the Greens at Spruce Pine Rehab Facility. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm missing you too, Tim Vaughn. But yeah, I miss all my hometown people as well. So but it is what it is. But I've also made some new friends. So uh, I've enjoyed the new church family and stuff that I've made here in North Carolina as well. Yeah, I'm on Keppra. It's seizure medicine. So anyway, I will say this: my last seizure activity was June the 11th of this year. of 2025 was June the 11th. If I make it to June 11th of 2026, I will be 365 days seizure free. So, but I do see a neurologist in February. I see what was strange is the guy that prescribed, because I had all my medical stuff and surgeries and stuff done in Johnson City, because here in North Carolina, unless you go all the way to Asheville or somewhere like that, Winston-Salem, to the bigger hospitals, the little hospitals here like Woodridge and stuff, they don't have the equipment. They don't have the equipment to be able to do the testing and stuff. So I'm very close to Johnson City. So very close to Johnson City and Unicoi. So when I first went into the hospital back in April, I first told that when I called the ambulance to come and get me, I told them that I wanted to go to Spruce Pine, but they had suggested that I go to Johnson City Medical Center where I could get better care and get treated better. So anyway, anyway, I went with it. I continued on and went with it, and so anyway, the neurologist in Johnson City, Tennessee, had prescribed Keppra to me. And the thing about it is that he only wanted me to take it for a couple of months and go from there, but he never did want to follow up. Well, come to find out, he has not taken North Carolina patients. So I had to schedule a neurologist here in North Carolina, which is in Asheville. And when I saw her back in October of 25 of this year, I think it was October 7th or something like that, 8th or something. Anyway, I had went and have a good one, Sharon. But anyway, thanks for coming in. Anyway, when I went to her, she had told me that with me already having this thing with the shunt and stuff, they um, she said that there's like a 60% chance of me having a setback. So she wants me to stay on it for at least 3 years. So I got to take it for 3 years. But I don't go for another follow up until February the 5th at 10 o'clock. So, of 26. So, but, and then I went on my cruise November 29th through December 6th. I did get to enjoy some of the cruise before I got to enjoy Harvest Cable Ease and um, um, Harvest Cable Ease and Honduras. My mind had went blank for a minute, but Honduras. Uh, that and I got to enjoy the Foreign Journey band. I did. It was on the NCL Encore. But then I wound up on that on December the 3rd. I had wound up in the medical center because I had developed cellulitis, and that was not fun. That was on a Wednesday, December the 3rd. And thankfully, I had caught it in time that it did not spread throughout my body. Because I had noticed on that Tuesday before I went into the medical center on the ship, I had remembered. I had taken my braces off that Tuesday night, and come to find out, it took me an hour and a half to almost 2 hours just to get my braces off because my feet and legs were so swollen. And I was like, and then when I got down to to my sock had went from white to being greenish yellow. And I knew right then and there that something was wrong. That I better go seek some help. So, because when I woke up that next morning on Wednesday, and I had called the the medical center from my cabin, and I had said I told him that what was going on because I'd woke up that morning, getting in the shower. Well, next thing I knew, I looked down at my feet and legs, and I knew that there was no way I was gonna get a brace, a sock, or anything else. And but anyway, I had open wounds on there and things, and um, but anyway, I thought I better go get some help because I had called Dad. Hey, there is wildlife. I had called Dad and told him that things wasn't too good. And he said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "My feet and legs are swollen." And I said, I can't get a sock or a brace on." And he told me, he said, "You better call and get some help." But anyway, I said, "Yeah, I will," and I did. I did like I said I was going to do. And I went down to so I went down to the medical center on the ship, and they couldn't even find a pulse in my feet. They said that my feet was like ice cold. And they looked at my feet and legs, and they said, "You got cellulitis." And I said, "Okay." And they said that they think I had more than just cellulitis going on. So because they thought I was going septic, is what they thought. And so they did blood work and all that stuff because they said I could have been in they said I could have been in a life-threatening situation there, which I do get it and understand that sepsis and stuff like that is not good, and I've heard of people that's had it, and they've sadly, unfortunately, passed away from it. But anyway, thankfully, mine was caught in time, so I didn't have to. I did not have to. But they put me on some strong super antibiotics, and they put me on two different kinds. One was for, I think, pain and fever, and the other one was for the bacteria itself. It's called Pseudomonas something or other. It's one long name. It's best to just say cellulitis. It's a cellulitis bacteria is what it is. And But anyway, so on the 4th of December, that's when I had to go into the hospital in our last port, which was Georgetown, Grand Cayman Islands. And I had to spend time in the hospital from the 4th until the 9th of December. So, I did get to see some of the water and stuff, but I didn't get to like tour the actual island itself because as soon as I got into the island, I had to go straight into the hospital in Georgetown, Grand Cayman Island. Which I will say this, the Georgetown Grand Cayman Island Hospital was really nice. The staff was very friendly, and they seemed to know what they were doing and things, and how to do things and stuff. Because some of these, unfortunately, sadly, some, I'm not saying all hospitals, but some hospitals, they have staff in there that doesn't seem to know what they're doing, or even, and don't really care. But I will say, Georgetown Grand Cayman Hospital was, I thought was a good experience. But if I had to go into, for going into the hospital, even though that's not where I wanted to go, but didn't have no choice. It was either that or I didn't want to take the chance on making it worse than what it was. So that was the reason why I seeked help, but before it got any worse than what it was. So, but anyway, so from the 4th to the 9th, I spent all that time in the hospital, and then I got to come back into the States on the 9th. So they wanted me to follow up with my primary care because they were giving me really strong antibiotics, and my body was responding very well to the antibiotics. But anyway, so they so they wanted me to follow up with my primary care on the as soon as possible. So I scheduled one for that Wednesday, the 10th of December, and come to find out, of course, transportation, the normal transportation that I used, Mitchell County Transportation, was not running that day. So I had to get an individual. I had to find another individual to give me a ride to my primary care doctor. Well, my primary care doctor was in Burnsville, CeeLo, which is only like 30 minutes from here. Um, but anyway, the GPS would take us all sorts of directions, and it would not. My appointment was like at 11:30 or something like that. But anyway, I didn't get there until like almost like 20 till 15 to 12. Well, I get there finally, and the receptionist there at the desk says, "We're going to have to reschedule you." I'm like, oh boy. So, anyway, so I I asked them, I said, "What's the next closest thing you have, the next available um, appointment you have available?" And he said, uh, they say, "We have a 3:40 that same day in the afternoon." So I get that friend of mine that took me to my appointment. I tell him, I say, "Hey, you want to go get some lunch or go do something?" Because I said, we got a couple hours before we, so I had to go to the Bakersville office and see another doctor besides my regular primary care doctor. So I had to see a doctor by the name of Dr. Willett. Anyway, he looked at my feet and legs and things and took pictures of it. And he got in touch with his friend of mine, with a friend of his that is a wound care specialist, because he said that he would probably be more help to me than anybody else would. So I said, "Well, okay, what's the next available? What's the soonest available appointment that you have?" And I get and so I get scheduled the next day at the wound care specialist in Spruce Pine at the Mozzie Phillips building. Well, anyway, up on the second floor. So I get some friends of mine to take me. I get there at like, my appointments are like 2:30. So I get there at like 10 minutes till 2:30. Um, and so I take in my medical records and all that stuff and what everything that they did at the Georgetown Grantham Hospital and everything. He looked at he said, "I can tell you're very swollen." And so he had told me that, "Hey, John."
Hey, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to you.
How's everything been with you this year?
Well, I've been kind of sick and up and down. I've had some health issues, but I'm actually I'm on the mend now.
Yeah, me too. I'm on the mend too because I was in a nursing home for a while there.
Hey, Rabbi Susie. But anyway, so um, I, had, saw the wound care specialist, and he had told me that I had to, because he asked me, he said, how much water you drink, how much, and things like that. And I told him, I said, well, if not right at it, at least close to almost a gallon of water a day. And he said I was going to have to cut back because he said, with you already swollen and everything and things, you're just adding and and drinking that much. I told him I also drink almost a pot of coffee a day, which I do. Uh,
Yeah, that's what happens when you got restedema.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I have restedema as well in my legs,
Yeah, but
and they swell and then the wounds come out.
yeah,
I understand, my brother. I understand it. So, how's your father?
he's hanging in there.
Yeah, because it was, it's like,
Hey, Scott from Controversial Cruising. Happy New Year, Scott. But anyway, so I had, so I had to, so he put me on a fluid pill, and
yeah, they didn't do that to me though. They didn't put me on no fluid pills. I know how to control it because I was taught how.
yeah,
And another thing, because my aunt's a nurse, she taught me how to handle it.
yeah,
And a lot of times, you see, because I was an old Boy Scout, I was trained, on how to change my own bandages and stuff.
yeah,
So, things. My nurse, I went to the a wound care specialist, but then they said, because one of the nurses, they told me that I couldn't go back there because of what happened.
uh,
What happened was a bug got on one of the nurses, and they blamed it on me.
yeah.
Yeah, I go to the one in Waterbury. I don't go here anymore though because of. So I'm gonna let you go, okay?
All right, but anyway, um, as I was saying, uh, so he put me on a fluid pill. And of course, that weekend, I was, spent quite a bit of time close to the bathroom because it was a 40 milligram uh, furosemide. And, but anyway, so I, I had, I had been, um, so he put me in what they call Ace bandage wrap compression socks. So I had to wear those for about a week. Then I had to follow up with him a week later, which was the 18th of December. And he said, he asked me, he said, "You been cutting back on your liquid intake?" And I told him, yeah, which I had. And because he said that your feet and legs was looking really good. And I said, yeah. And he asked me, he said, "Was you going to the bathroom quite a bit?" And I said, yeah. And he said, "Yeah, I bet." And I said, yeah. and anyway, so he had, so I'd asked him then, I said, "Do you think I need to get new braces or anything?" And he said, "That is not my, uh, that is not a question to ask me." So, but he did say that I'm going to have to start wearing compression socks, which I've been doing that. I'm still waiting for those that they're going to send me in the mail. Of course, with it being New Year's and the holidays, it's probably going to be sometime after the New Year, sometime next week or the week after, probably. But anyway, so I'm just glad that I got to Happy New Year, Amanda, to you as well. So anyway, and then so I got to spend Christmas Eve and all last week with Dad. So, which I'm very thankful for that. And anyway, and by the way, it is January 1st, 2026. And cheers! I got coffee. So, but anyway. At least but yeah, and so I'm hoping that 2026 will be a much better year, and that I will be able to I'm hoping to get my mobile home done in Tennessee. So I've got a guy working on it. And I definitely Um, I definitely want to. Happy New Year, John. Um, and I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what my travel plans are for 2026. I'm not sure if I'll get to make it to Helen, Georgia this year, but don't know. But anyway, I do want. I do want. I do want to. I told the church family today or tonight. Anyway, last night. Last night, I told them at church. I said, I do want. I do want to. I do want to grow closer with the Lord and be a light on somebody that doesn't know the Lord. So, and be strong in Him for 2026. But all in all, I'd have to say, with what all I've been through, I will have to say the Lord has definitely been good to me, for sure, all these years. Does anybody have any New Year's resolutions? Of course, I know some people that make resolutions, they don't really keep them. So, yeah. But anyway, it is January 1st, 2026. I do want to. I do want to make a trip out to Colorado and stuff like that. And I hope to get to meet some more YouTube friends of mine uh, in 2026. Some I haven't met before, but I've talked to online. I did say I was going to do trivia on here, didn't I? I need to do. I need to find that. I don't even know what I did with it. Does anybody not want to come up on panel with me and talk about their year in review? Okay. All right. Here's one of the questions. When did, now this is not multiple choice. So, hang on. All right. I put the marks in the chat there. Okay. So, when did the first New Year's Eve ball drop in Times Square? Anybody have an answer? Is anybody not playing? It shows that I've got 7 people watching, but nobody is commenting. Um, is anybody there? Is everybody playing, what do you call it? Hiding in the background? Um, anyway, well, I guess nobody wants to play. Um, well, the answer was 1907, is what the answer was on that. Is everybody going to bed on me or something? Happy New Year, NDT show. I don't even know what I did with my bungee cord. I've lost my bungee. Oh, there it is. Um, does anybody not want to play trivia with me? The next question is how many light bulbs covered the first ball? Um, how many light bulbs covered the first ball? Um, I guess nobody's playing. Anybody got any guesses at all? Does anybody have any guesses? You're close, Rabbi Susie. Um, you're actually over that. The answer is actually 100. Okay. When did the tradition of New Year's resolutions begin? When did the tradition of New Year's resolutions begin? Happy New Year, V. When did the tradition of New Year's resolutions begin? Any guesses? Um, okay. The answer to that is over 4,000 years ago with the Babylonians. What is the most common U.S. resolution? What is the most common U.S. resolution? Happy New Year, Rabbi Susie. What's the most common U.S. resolution? Yep, that is correct, Rabbi Susie. You got that one. Okay, in Spain, what do people eat at midnight for good luck? In Spain, what do people eat at midnight for good luck? Um, it actually is. It actually is 12 grapes, is what they eat. 12 grapes. Okay, what do people in Brazil wear for good luck? What do people in Brazil wear for good luck? What do people in Brazil wear for good luck? Any guesses? Hmm. Any guesses? What do people wear? What do people in Brazil? What do people in Brazil wear for good luck? What do people in Brazil wear for good luck? I think Ribeye Susie is about the only one that's playing this game. Anyway, the answer is white outfits. White outfits. Okay. What is the Scottish New Year's celebration called? 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 Oh, Lordy. Any guesses? Anybody? Um, it it's it's Hogmanay. 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 What do people in Denmark throw at friends' doors? What do people in Denmark throw at friends' doors? What do people in Denmark throw at friends' doors? I think you're behind, Susie. You might wanna like make sure the red line is on the live uh section. Make sure that you like so that you're not behind in chat. But anyway, the answer is old dishes for that one. I think everybody has went to bed on me, or everybody is just staying hidden from me. Um, because it doesn't seem like there's too many people playing trivia with me. Um, apples? Huh? No. Okay. In Japan, how many times do temple bells ring? In Japan, how many times do temple bells ring? Any guesses? Oh boy. You're close on that one. The actual answer is 108. All right. I'm gonna do two more questions and then I'm probably gonna call it. But anyway, what do people in Colombia carry? What do people in Colombia carry to bring good fortune? What do people in Colombia carry to bring good fortune? Good fortune. Hey, Moon over in Miami. Happy New Year to you, Moon over in Miami. What do people carry in Colombia to bring good fortune. Hey, Michael and Spoiled Mama. Happy New Year to you as well. There's some people finally coming into the chat. I think everybody has been hiding, has been working. And that's the word I was looking for, lurking. Has been lurking in the background. But anyway, I was trying to do some trivia, but it doesn't seem like anybody really wants to play. uh, but anyway, does anybody have any guesses? As to what do people in Colombia carry to bring? What was that? Carry to bring good fortune. Any guesses? Anyway, the answer is empty suitcases. Empty suitcases. What food is eaten Happy New Year, Lorraine? What food is eaten in Japan for a long life? What food is eaten in Japan for a long life? Wait a minute. Huh? Hello, Red. Red underwear, what? Who is that? I didn't even see that in here. Who is that, Mamuno? Is that a typo going over Miami? No, it's not grapes. It's, no, it's not eggs. It's soba noodles. I might as well go ahead and finish this off since there's only like 4 more questions left. What is baked? What is baked into a Greek New Year's cake for luck? What is baked into a Greek New Year's cake for luck? I think Rabbi Susie said a coin. Yep, that is correct, a coin. Okay. What city drops a giant chocolate kiss? What city drops a giant chocolate kiss? What city drops a giant chocolate kiss? Yep, it is Hershey, Pennsylvania. Okay, that is correct. What is the polar bear plunge? What is the polar bear plunge? Okay. Rabbi Susie says you jump in freezing water. And Lauren says midnight Central Time. Okay. So, polar bear plunge is a dip in cold water on New Year's Day. Yep. So, Ribeye Susie. Um, okay. Last question. What is the significance of kissing at midnight? What is the significant? What is What's the significance of kissing at midnight? What is the significance of kissing at midnight? Happy New Year, Danny D. What is the significance of kissing at midnight? It is ancient superstition for good luck in love is what it is. So I'll give it to you, Ribeye Susie. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off of here because I've got to actually get up here in a little while and get in the shower and get ready to go to the greens today. Um, I do have, even though the regular transportation is not running, I do have another alternative lined up to take me to the greens, back and forth to the greens. So, um, anyway, guys, I hope you all have a happy, blessed new year and safe new year. And please, if you're uh, please be careful and safe. You're welcome, everybody says, even though I think you're the only one that really played. But anyway, besides Lori. And please be safe out there. Uh, don't uh, don't drink and drive, please. And I can't wait to see what 2026 has in store. I appreciate everybody coming by, even though the ones that were lurking. I even appreciate those. I appreciate those that catch the replay. And anyway, guys, I will see you next year, 2026. Happy blessed New Year, y'all. Bye, guys. Bye. Am I going to go live tomorrow? I'll be live in the let's see, this is already I'll be live in the morning, Friday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jimmy the Astute Tourist. But who knows? I might do another live tomorrow, later on tonight. I don't know. But anyway. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here because I gotta get up here in just a short couple hours. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. End the stream if I can figure out how to.